Well, hello there. It's me, Harold, the puppet, and you are watching Shooting. I don't curse, so shooting poop. Yeah.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 41 of Shooting Shit. This is our Chicago special. DDJ is from Chicago. The Premier is wearing a Cubs hat. I'm in Chicago for the Forbidden Door. What else do we have to say? Listen here. We'll give you a rundown of what we think is going to go down at the Forbidden Door. And we might touch on some other things that happened in this week in wrestling. Guys, episode 41 starts now. Man, did you guys feel that electricity in the air?
I felt something.
Oh, Joey K, can you feel it calling in the air tonight?
Yeah, it feels like a hot fart in church to me.
Not a hot fart in church.
Yeah.
Hold on. So a hot fart in church. I couldn't get away with those because my grandmother has an amazing pinch game. And she would steal your soul from the back of your arm, dude. You don't want to mess with that lady. You're in church with her. It's like the best game assignment says. You're on your knees, you're standing up. You're on your knees, you're standing up with her.
I have so many jokes there. I don't even know where to fucking start. I can't. I can't even go after grandmom right now. So boys, looks like everybody is at differing spots. Well, we're in differing spots. I guess the original plan was for you two to be in the hotel room, but we had technical difficulties last night, and the other difficulty was my ass passed out and I couldn't stay awake. So here we are.
Yeah. Well, first off, the you would think, you know, and I know Jovan could probably speak to this more so than anybody because he's living through it right now, is you would think most hotels usually have pretty decent Wi-Fi. That place that Jovan's staying at, nice room and you know and stuff, but when it comes
the
to
hotel looks nice.
Fuck the Best Western.
It's not the Best Western. God dang.
Fuck the Red Roof Inn.
It's not Red
It's
Roof.
not the Red Roof.
Here, I'll save you the trouble. Fuck Holiday Inn. Wait,
Fuck
It's not Holiday Inn.
I don't want to say that because I have stayed at a couple Holiday Inns.
Holiday Inns are nice.
Experiences.
See there. But no, that's the thing,
Yeah,
though.
fuck
The
Holiday
hotel
Inn.
is-
No sponsorship.
The hotel looks
Fuck
really
Hotel
nice.
Six.
The
We won't keep the
room.
light on for you.
But no, the hotel itself is really nice. The room is really fucking legit, which is surprising that the freaking Wi-Fi is shit.
Well, yeah, the basic Wi-Fi, but when I was logging on to my laptop to try to do this recording, you know, there last night. And again, for those of you listening to this, we're recording around midday, mid-afternoon, on Saturday, June 25th. And last night, like Joey K said, I was actually going to record from Jovan's hotel room and stuff. But man, they try to get you with that crappy Wi-Fi, but then they try to say, "Oh, pay so much," and they'll upgrade your Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah, you could pay for a single day for like $2 or a week for $5. I'm only here for 2 days. Yeah.
What a fucking scam, dude.
Right.
Yeah. It's
What
a
a
scam.
fucking scam for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Although the rooms are legit. I was in a Holiday Inn in February. I was traveling a little bit, and man, fucking room top notch, great
Yeah.
service. But yeah, that Wi-Fi, that's bullshit.
Dude, this room we stepped in, it smelled clean. It looked nice. Slight dig on the bathroom because I feel like the toilet's high as shit. Why did it have like a super elevated toilet? But either way, I'm fine with it. But other than that, I mean, it was great. Just the Wi-Fi is weird.
Accessibility.
Well, the best part is like the walk from as long as Jovan keeps his car parked where it was parked, like it's a very easy walk to get from the room to his car and stuff because he's literally right on the end there. So that worked out really well.
It's not like
Oh,
that
yeah.
6-mile walk for Final Battle, was it?
Oh God, no. That's the one thing that I'm scared of for Forbidden Door tomorrow. But I think we've got friends that are going to be like right across the street from that sumbitch, so we should be okay. It shouldn't be like a 6-mile hike where I'm seeing Jesus.
The parking at the United Center. It's been a while since I've been there, but in fact, I think the last time I was there was about a little over 9 years ago when my wife took me to a Blackhawks game. But the parking there is actually not bad, like in terms of the proximity to the arena. It's not like Wrigley Field.
Oh man, I had a great time at Wrigley, dude. Last time I went, I parked behind some dude's church, and he shuttled us to the damn front.
Oh,
Awesome.
Don't get me wrong. Like Wrigley Field, I'm a diehard White Sox fan, and I can't stand the Cubs. But I will say Wrigley Field is a great place to go to for a baseball game and stuff. But man,
Sit in the bleachers and get drunk.
Yeah, the parking is just not the best though and stuff. So, but you know what? We can talk about this shit all the time, man. We got some stuff we got to preview. We got a couple news bits we got to touch on before we get into the meat and potatoes of this show. So, seems like there's changes brewing up at Titan Towers in Stamford, Jovan.
Oh, I see. We're all very excited that the $1 billion princess is now the $1 billion CEO, taking over after Vinny Mac stepping down for a moment while they see how many people he's actually paid off after touching them inappropriately, covering up some murders.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Spoiler alert, it wasn't any of us.
I wish I'd take $3 million and I wouldn't say a thing.
I'll sign that fucking form in my own blood if I had to.
I would add to that, but I signed an NDA. So
if I got to jerk off John Laurinaitis for $3 million, it's probably a deal I'll take.
Come here,
and there win our viewership.
Give me a little bit of that people power.
I mean, hey, I'll take one for the team.
He's the ace, man. He's the ace.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I want to say about this is that if this, if this becomes permanent, I mean, I think it's going to be a great thing because it seems like a lot of, like especially the women, I think are really excited about this change because of all the shit that went down with the previous regime. And I mean, and anytime like someone new steps into a role, there's going to be change, there's going to be opportunity and stuff. And it just, as how different everything's going to be, we probably won't know for a while. But I mean, it seems like the majority of like the
Johnny
talent.
Ace's place.
What's that?
Who stepped into Johnny's spot? Who took over?
I think it was Pritchard.
Yeah.
Okay. Bruce
I read,
he's not only, I think, executive, he's not basically, the guy that's in charge and creative, but he's also now the head of talent relations and stuff. So
I read interim. They're giving everybody interim titles, but let's be real, that interim shit ain't gonna stick.
No.
I mean, Vince has been digging fucking holes for a long, long time, and it just caught up to him that he's gonna fucking end up stuck in one. So
Shout
I think
out to the
that's a wrap.
Superfly.
Yeah, I mean, if we need to go back, Jesus fucking Christ. He's been covering up murders and fucking, sleeping with women and God only knows what the fuck else for years and years and years. So shit finally caught up to him. So I don't think the interim title is going to stick. I think, but at the same time, how long is Stephanie going to last?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of weird because, what was it, like a week and maybe 2 weeks at most prior when she said that she was stepping down from her role as the chief brand officer, and I mean, obviously the conspiracy theorists were, are out there and having a field day with all this, but
Well, it's because she knew something was coming, dude. She knew something was coming. She's like, let me get out of it while I can, save my face, because I'm going to be running this sumbitch. That's what she did. She took out CBO and became the CEO.
Smart move. Smart business move. Keeps the McMahon name, gives it a fresh look. People are going to look the other way as far as Stephanie's concerned. So, I mean, good on her. Smart power move. The real question is, how much is the McMahon name going to be tarnished from all of this?
Exactly.
We don't know. We don't know anything yet. All we know is the initial stuff.
Yeah, and just my biggest concern is just, I mean, it not only just the McMahon name, but just the WWE name, because I mean, it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, a lot of companies are investigating. So I mean, there's potential for, I mean, just a huge shakeup in terms of the power structure there in general. Because I mean, because you had Kevin Dunn possibly being investigated for insider trading.
Oh, he did that. He did that.
Him.
Yeah, but I mean, and then also just all the others. I mean, it just seems like that there's a lot of shit going on. So I mean, I think this could only be the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see some of these big names gone for good. I think Dunn's gone for good. Laurinaitis absolutely gone for good. Vince, I think we've seen the last of Vince McMahon as CEO of WWE. And
maybe he says it's just his talent because he keeps coming out every fucking week. He's like, hey,
what a fucking douche move, in my opinion, too. Like, you're trying to throw something in for ratings. You think you're going to talk about an ongoing investigation? Be smarter, people. Don't tune in for it. It's bullshit. It's nothing. It's just, Vince is going to be there. Maybe he'll say something. Maybe. No, he's not going to say shit.
He's just going to say
charges.
He's just going to basically do what he did. Is like, welcome to SmackDown, and just stuff that like he came on Raw, and basically he, talked about Cena coming back, which was something everybody already knew.
Yeah. They've been playing the fucking promo package already for that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
You know what I want? I want Vince to go out there straight up Wolf of Wall Street style, grab a mic. They wanted me to get out, but I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
And I want all you WWE marks to cheer that shit. Just
they were cheering, which kind of like goes to show that a lot of people must not be paying attention to what's going on. I mean,
that bothered me the most.
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck, especially that first SmackDown appearance, why the fuck are they cheering this? They're cheering him like he's making some statement that I'm still here. Motherfucker, we know you're not there. You're not the fucking CEO right now. The fucking news. And it was, and we're not talking dirt sheet news. We're talking fucking mainstream news outlets. Fucking CNN reporting on it.
Wall Street. It was in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah. I mean, it broke. The news broke on major fucking news networks.
Yeah.
So, no, this isn't fucking your normal dirt sheet bullshit, allegedly covered up a murder for Jimmy Snuka or whatever. No, this is fucking real deal. And then fucking Dunn allegedly getting investigated for insider trading, dumping millions of dollars of fucking stock because he knew what was coming. Yeah, he fucking knew what was coming. He knew what was happening. Laurinaitis' phone gets turned off. Surprise, surprise. Guess who's falling on the fucking sword there? Sorry, Ace. Better pack that fucking skateboard up and ride on out of town with it, motherfucker.
Hey, what is, because I just was thinking about this. Obviously, the rumors are also going around is that this woman that, McMahon, paid the hush-hush money to keep her quiet and stuff. She was getting passed between hit McMahon and Laurinaitis. What is that term? I can't remember the term where that what they call when like two guys share the same woman or something like that.
Finger cuffs, double stop.
It's the Eiffel Tower.
I'm sorry, I even asked that.
The Eiffel Tower.
It's the Eiffel Tower. You go on one end, someone takes the other, and you meet in the middle. It's the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
No, man, it's just horrible. Is there like a worse duo to be shared between?
Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know, because that's up there in the fucking upper echelon of, you're getting fucking paid to take a fucking double team from those two morons. I mean, holy fucking shit.
Here comes the hot tag.
Oh no.
Okay. Can we move on, because this is going in a direction I was not anticipating.
Fuck this nonsense. Fuck WWE and their bullshit. Other than real quick, hey, apparently Hunter's coming back to NXT, which but
Black and Gold 2.0.
It's a steaming pile of dog shit down there, so fucking good luck with it. Like, who knows what's gonna fucking happen?
Though? If anybody can resurrect the NXT brand or do something,
The Undertaker.
Somewhat presentable or watchable, it's him, because look what he did with the NXT brand when he took over. He took it from, was it like an American Gladiator style game show? And
it was what the original Tough Enough was.
Yeah. And stuff. So I mean, I'm optimistic. I don't think the NXT brand is going to go back to where it was before 2.0.
No,
because I mean they've gotten rid of basically everybody that bled black and gold, with the and pretty much everybody now that Ciampa's getting Ciampa on the main roster. He was the last one, but he's getting wasted on the main roster. Hopefully with this, maybe
which he knew was going to happen.
He goes back to NXT.
WWE 2K22 does better by Ciampa than fucking WWE Creative does.
Oof.
The whole 2K22 storyline with Ciampa and his new Goldie, the US title, is fucking gold. And Ciampa on TV is just meh.
Man, so I got to get on that game and stuff. So, but no, I'm excited about it and stuff, So, hopefully this works out. But I mean, like I said, to everybody out there that's hoping it's going to go back to what it was, it's not.
It won't. I think that ship has sailed. The talent's gone. Like you said, they've either wasted them on the main roster or these guys have gone elsewhere at this point. And they're thriving elsewhere. So, I mean, it's a nice thought. That's about it. Yeah. So fuck all this noise. Let's throw in our little Forbidden Door preview.
Yeah.
Let's get to the real fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So Forbidden
Door.
Door.
Hear me bitch about it. Let's go.
Yeah. Forbidden Door, though, I'm so excited for this. Jovan and I are going to be there live. Joey K, are you going to be watching on Bleacher Report, or are you or a free stream?
Okay. Number one. Fuck Bleacher Report. That is the worst fucking app.
It's horrible.
It's
going to be on Fight also, isn't it?
Just
internationally on Fight. I'd rather have it on Fight.
Me too.
I've only ever had one issue with Fight TV for a GCW event, but typically Fight's smooth. And that was on the GCW side because their production is the drizzling shits. I love GCW, but seriously, their production absolutely fucking sucks.
Are you referring to the show when they were at the Hammerstein?
No, I'm referring to the one that was in California, where we almost missed the Briscoes versus, God, who was it? I can't remember, but they were having so many technical difficulties starting the fucking show and getting the stream up. It started like 45 minutes late, like mid-match. It was the shits. But that wasn't on Fight. And they were saying, no, it's GCW at the fucking event. There's something wrong. So, but I'd rather watch on Fight. Bleacher Report fucking sucks. Every AEW show I order on Bleacher Report, and it is terrible every fucking time. And never once have I had to re-download the app, sign in, update my account to do whatever, all kinds of shit.
It feels like you're paying for it 3 times before you're actually able to fucking watch the show.
I have paid for it twice before, and they had to refund me. Yeah, they fucking charged me twice for it, and I was fucking furious. So Bleacher Report sucks, but I'll be watching it on Bleacher Report because that's my option here. So whoopee fucking do. Hopefully, I'll get to see something of the show.
All right, so let's Jovan, think we should do some buy-in match previews here first?
Let's get to the buy-in.
All right, here we go.
Horrible match graphic was my fault, guys, but you have the Factories QT Marshall and Aaron Solo, who used to be Aaron. You know what? I'm not going to go there today. With going against Hiroki Goto, and I missed the last other name.
Yoshihashi.
Damn it. Yoshihashi. You know, I've never been a big Yoshihashi fan. Him and the Yo and Show were pretty good, but I'm just not a big Yoshihashi fan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a case for me is I haven't seen him enough to really, formulate an opinion on him and stuff. I mean, I'm glad that Goto's at least going to be featured on in the show some capacity, because I mean, everybody knew when the match between him and Tanahashi was announced for whoever wins that goes on to challenge for the interim AEW title. And I mean, I think everybody knew that Goto had zero chance and stuff. And so, I mean, it's nice to see him on there. And I believe aren't Goto and Yoshihashi former IWGP tag team champions?
Yeah, I think they were back in the day.
And stuff. So I mean, it's going to be nice because and the thing I'm most excited about the show in general is there's going to be a lot of talents that'll be my first time actually seeing them wrestle. And this is going to be my first time seeing Goto wrestle. And I'm actually pretty excited about it. And I mean, come on, do any of us here think that the Nightmare Factory, the Factory's got a chance?
Oh yeah, real fucking headliners there. Couple of fucking ham and eggers showing up, fucking curtain jerking on the pre-show. Which the only sad part is I'm not going to see Goto because we just said it. Bleacher Report. I'm not even going to get to see the fucking buy-in.
You should be able to watch it like on the AEW's YouTube or whatever.
I'll be busy jerking around trying to get Bleacher Report to fucking work. So no, I'm going to be
jerking around or jerking off.
Both.
Okay.
Multitask. Anyway,
it's a real tearjerker.
I mean, come on. It's a fucking buy. It's probably one of the weaker buy-in matches I've ever seen, to be honest with you. But I mean,
even when they had Hook on the buy-in,
watch what the fuck you say next.
I'm just playing around, dude. I know.
Little
I'm good.
He might send Hook after you, man, if you keep it up.
Hook will beat your ass. No, seriously. It's probably one of the weaker matches for a buy-in, but hey, Goto gets featured. Obviously, you know, excuse me, I almost said the Nightmare Factory. The Factory is gonna take the fucking L on this one, but whatever. Gets the crowd popped a little bit. Who cares? Everybody loves seeing QT get his shit kicked in anyway.
That is true. So
is Smiley down there frozen or what?
Yeah,
I guess that fucking $2 Wi-Fi isn't working out so great, is it? Fucking.
I thought he would have. Used his hooked onto his phone. So we lost him.
Oh, there he goes, and he's out.
He's gone. So we will change it up here and stuff. So
we switch it over.
Switch it over here.
Yeah, it's a buy-in match. It's all right. We'll see what happens with it.
So
you guys will enjoy it live, probably.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast. Like I said, we're making a day out of it. I'll try to stall a little bit here to see if we can get it back on before we go on to the next match. But our day's actually gonna start probably not too long after this episode drops, because about 25 minutes or so away, there's gonna be a little sports card convention, and one of the most hotly sought after free agents in professional wrestling is going to be there doing a meet and greets. And that is one Johnny Gargano, and Jovan and I are actually going to see him before we head over to the show and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that and stuff. So
that'll be a good one.
Oh,
get the crowd all excited, thinking he's going to show up for fucking Forbidden Door.
We're going to get into that a little bit later, but you know what?
Yeah, we'll get into that
and stuff. So. But I'm thinking here right now, let's just move on. And then when Jovan gets back, we'll just go over what we talked about and let him give his take. But we got another buy-in match here. This one could be a little bit interesting because it's a big contrast in styles, and that's going to be Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland against El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru of Suzuki-gun. I'm actually pretty excited about this because I'm really starting to get into Desperado. I really starting to like what he does and stuff, and I think him and Kanemaru always are a great watch. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see how, especially they will go up against. They work with Keith Lee. I mean, seeing Desperado and Swerve is going to be, I think, a treat and stuff. And when they clash and stuff, but what do you got on this match?
I'm really starting to like Keith Lee and Swerve. Little by little, winning me over as a tag team. So I'm interested in that. Of course, them versus Suzuki-gun. Desperado is awesome. I mean, he has been for a long time. But you're right. It's a contrasting style. So I'm interested to see. But, that's the thing about, though, with Swerve and Lee, because Lee, they're playing it really well. Swerve does a lot of the flashy technical work, which is really going to match up well against Desperado. I think that's probably part of the match I'm most excited for. Other than that, though, but once Lee gets that hot tag in, and then because for those uninitiated, Swerve and Keith Lee are the baby faces of this match, being how Desperado and Kanemaru are part of Suzuki-gun. So, Keith Lee's going to get that hot tag, and it's going to be interesting to see how they play that. So I think it's a good match. I'm that one I'm more excited for on the buy-in.
Yeah, and we're gonna welcome the hot one back. Welcome back.
You have to pay $1 to get back on, or what?
Do you pay for the Wi-Fi?
You make one fucking hook joke, and my fucking phone decides to cut my Wi-Fi.
That's what you get.
Piss me off. But we should be good now. Back up and running.
So we were just hitting on match 2, Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland versus Desperado and Kanemaru.
Yeah. So
that's a fucking great buy-in match. That's a match that could be on the card.
That's what we were just talking about. It's a contrasting style, but I think it's one of the most interesting buy-in matches that we've seen in a while.
And well, real quick before Giovanni goes into his take, who do you got winning this one? I've got Swerve and Keith Lee.
Joey?
Yeah, same.
So, okay. All right, hot one. What do you got for talk about in this match?
I personally love the matchup of Keith Lee and the team up of Keith Lee and Swerve. Man, I feel like them two, they've got something. I don't know why, but it works for me. It works really well.
Is it kind of like the same thing? Like, because like when I'm going to throw in an RK Bro reference here. When they first started, I think we were all pretty skeptical. But I mean, you've seen as they went on and stuff, how much of a fan I became of them. I mean, are you kind of getting that same kind of vibe?
It could be because Keith Lee is this big monster, but he's always made fun of because he's well spoken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got Swerve, who he's a great athlete, but he has like this party vibe to him. Like you want to hang out with Swerve,
right?
Honestly, I kind of get the vibe of them like when Private Party first came onto the scene in AEW. How these guys came out, they were energetic, and you're like, dude, I just want to fucking hang out with these guys.
Yep.
That's kind of the momentum or the feeling I get with Swerve and Keith Lee. Very much RK Bro-ish, because you see Randy and Riddle, and you're kind of like, dude, I want to hang out with these guys. They look like they're having a fun time, and I think that's the key. Both guys look like they're thoroughly enjoying themselves. So, unlike Mr. McMahon and Johnny Ace, it's the good kind of enjoying yourself. But yeah, there's no way that I could actually give you a winner to this match, because in my heart of hearts, I'm a big time Desperado fan. That dude is fucking amazing. And while I do want to say that Keith Lee and Swerve could pull this one off, I think this may be a New Japan match, because we know QT and them. That's going to be the first one for New Japan. I think this one goes to New Japan as well.
Okay, that's a good take and stuff. So we got one more buying match, and I think this is going to be kind of the match that really gets everybody going because of who's in it and stuff. And it's a big 8-man tag. We got the New Japan Dojo of the DKC, Kevin Knight, Alex Coughlin, and Yuya Uemura, who is actually going to be making an appearance for my buddy John Buller's Chicagoland Championship Wrestling here in a couple months in October. So get your tickets at ChicagolandChampionshipWrestling.com. Cheap pop there. Going up against the Gun Club and Max Caster of the Acclaim. And
how dare you steal my cheap pop?
Hey, you know what? John's my friend, so I'm taking the cheap pop there.
You take the you give the pop. I do the cheap pop.
Yeah, you are cheap.
You're the cheap pop.
Cheap ass Wi-Fi, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a nice hotel. You'd figure the fucking internet wouldn't be cheap.
Yeah. But no, I've loved this pairing of the Gun Club and the Acclaim. I think it's been pure comedic gold, and I think we're gonna see a lot of that there. Yeah, you see everybody. We're scissoring here. Jordan and Jovan were last night when we were out eating. We're scissoring with the tongs.
Yeah, we had these little tongs at the barbecue place. I was like, scissor me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's some people that aren't fans of it, but Jesus fucking Christ. Max Caster's entrances are just they're fucking great. They're really great. I mean, ever since he got in a little bit of trouble for one of his lyrics,
his raps.
You know, I know they say, oh, he has to get everything approved now, but he's still pretty fucking out there.
Yeah, it's like he has
dropped the NDA line the other week.
Yep.
And I was like, well, okay. I'm like, which tells me I'm like, he got approval to do that. Yeah. So that's good.
I mean, and the thing is I really liked how he said it's like ever since he's found a way to still what his promos or his his raps, I like keeping them edgy, but like in a way that's like like what happened with the mental health one, and stuff, So and I mean that's talent right there, and I mean once Bowens gets healthy, I mean man, look out for the Acclaim because I think they're gonna be special.
Yeah, I think, I mean they've been on the come up for a long time. I mean, I talk a lot about there being no mid card in AEW, and those are guys that literally work themselves into basically being featured weekly for a long time because of their entrance and the work they do, of course, but people get excited to hear them. People get excited to see them. So good for them. I mean, they could be stuck. I mean, you just said a great example earlier, Javon. Private Party, really great team, relegated to fucking dark.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But like these guys and the Acclaim could very much be that too. But they built that entrance up to like people want to hear it. They want to see it. They they want to see, especially Max Caster, the shit that he talks. Yep. They want to see him get his ass beat. That's really good heat. Mm-hmm. I mean, good for them, man.
And the thing I like about it is that it's not, we don't get the same entry. I'll jump in on this comparison with the Acclaimed and Private Party. I mean, Private Party, uber talented, but it's
ill-advised heel turn.
It's the same thing every time. Whereas, like the Acclaimed, it's different because we get, we hear something different. It's what's what. And I mean, I really think again, the addition of the Gun Club has really kind of brought something to it. And I mean,
the comic relief of the Gun Club.
Yes.
And that's clearly what Billy's teaching his boys. I mean, that's the way that's total Billy Gunn, and that just goes to show that Billy
Mr.
Gunn
Ass, that was a whole gimmick, was just comedic relief of showing the ass.
Oh my god,
his boys.
Yeah, and they're so great in that role.
Yep.
Right.
And Austin and Colton in that role, like they've picked it up like that. Dude, they know the spots. They know when to jump in. You know, they're getting better the more ring time they get, obviously. But, I mean, they got a lot from their dad.
Right.
And it's paying off.
Yeah. And, I mean, a little bit of a quick Austin Gunn story. When I was at the pre-show party for All Out last year, I got a picture with the wingman. And I didn't know this until I looked at the picture, but we got photobombed by Austin Gunn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and they're great guys. Like when Jovan and I went to the charity softball game, I got a picture with the Gun Club as well, too. And this was right after Billy took the chair to Paul White. And my wife, who doesn't like wrestling but loves Paul White, was pissed when she saw it. So I go to Billy Gunn and I said, you know, my wife was pissed when you hit Paul White with that chair. And he's like, well, good. It was just awesome. And they're awesome guys. I love this pairing and stuff. And I mean, to me, I don't as talented as I think the New Japan Dojo is. I think you close the buy-in with the Gun Club and Max Caster standing tall.
I agree.
AEW's first win is this match. Going into the pay-per-view.
And I think it's their second win. So
I think it's 2 all because we're TDJ and I are taking Swerve
and Keith.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
All right, you guys ready to move on to the main card?
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. So we are going to let's make it rain here, and we're gonna Jovan, take it away.
We've got dudes with attitudes: Sting, Darby Allin, doggone it, the Stone Dragon himself, Shingo, and. Is that Takahashi? Who's that?
Yeah, Hiromu Takahashi.
Hiromu Takahashi, the cat guy, going against the Bullet Club, which will be the Young Bucks, the AEW Tag Team Champions, ELP, El Phantasmo, and the new face of fear, Hakuleo.
Yeah.
Looks just like his dad if Ming ever got into shape, bro. Jesus Christ, that dude's a beast.
One of the things I hope they eventually, and I mean maybe you might be able to shed some light, Giovanni, or maybe you, Joey K, that I hope they explore because you talk about with Hikuleo is the fact that it is known that his brothers are Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, you know, the God, and with them being out, like I really hope that somewhere down the line with this they explore that, you know.
Fuck that. I hope that happens Sunday.
I hope so too. I was actually
that would be nice.
That.
I was kind of hoping we would have seen the Bucks versus God. I think a lot of people, I would have been just extremely happy because we're all God fans here and stuff, you know. But it is kind of nice to see the Young Bucks in Bullet Club for one night only. They brought back on Pro Wrestling Tees all the Young Bucks Bullet Club shirts, you know, for a limited time and stuff. I mean, this should be a fun match. I don't think this is going to open. But, I mean, obviously you got Sting and Darby with an interesting pairing with, you know, Shingo and Hiromu. But it's a way to get, you know, some LIJ representation on the show since obviously we're not going to see Naito or Sonata, which kind of, you know, I think is a little bit of a letdown.
Sonata got hurt, right?
He's good now, but I don't think he was good in time to be placed into the card.
Okay.
Yeah, he's back wrestling and stuff because if I'm not mistaken, didn't he wasn't he wrestling or I don't know. I thought he wrestled
he recently came back and made claim again to his US title.
Yeah,
that he had to vacate.
And by the way, the IWGP United States title is the new Madden cover, Jinx.
Yeah, basically.
Jesus Christ, I know.
But this one should be interesting and stuff. Because, you know, the dynamic with, you know, will Sting and Darby be able to get along with Shingo and Hiromu and, you know, the Bucks just kind of being a one night back in the Bullet Club and stuff. You know, will there be any friction and stuff? So this should be an intriguing 8-man and stuff. And I need to think about
your Bullet Club for life, man.
Unless you're, you know, unless you're God.
Unless you're God.
Hiromu and Darby are going to shine in this match. I don't think Shingo is going to get too much shine on this. Sting for sure, of course, because he's very, very limited.
Same could be said about Shingo. Shingo's had a lot of wars on that back, man. He
and that's my point there. Like, he's not going to get too much shine on this. And especially who he's going with. I mean, Hikuleo, yeah. I mean, he's a bigger guy, works a little bit slower, so that's a good square off for Shingo. But Hiromu and Phantasmo, that's money. And Darby working with the Bucks. I mean, I'm for that too. So I think that's gonna pair up well. But Jesus Christ, if you make me say dudes with attitudes, I'm going to fucking vomit in my mouth. So,
well, it's a slight step up from teenagers with attitude. They're dudes with tudes.
Sting's like fucking 65, dude. He's like, come on.
He's no longer a dude.
Jesus Christ.
He's a senior with I don't know.
Dude with a fucking cane is where he's going to be at next.
So who do we got? Who are we all picking in this match?
Bullet Club.
But
Bucks are going over. You're not going to have the AEW, the new AEW tag team champs drop. I think the Bullet Club.
If we get a finish, it's going to Bullet Club.
However, if we do get that, I want to see God.
Yes.
Do a run in.
Yes.
And challenge the Bucks. That's what I want.
Oh man.
Am I the only one who still has somewhat of hope for Marty? I mean, I know Me Too and all this stuff that happened and all that bullshit, but I'm still a fucking fan of Marty. I want to see Marty again.
And I don't want to get too much into this because to get too off track, but I mean, the thing with Marty is that where he's from, what he did, he technically did not do anything wrong. It's more of a morality thing.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
And that's the big thing right there, I mean, and stuff. So I mean, I think I don't see it, how he, wrestles, in the States for, one of the major companies, because he's always going to have that stigma with him. And that's unfortunate and stuff, I mean, maybe going back to England and wrestling there or something, maybe, but I don't see him anywhere here in the States, unfortunately. And it's sad.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, but yeah, going with this match too. I mean, I definitely would love. I think Bullet Club wins and stuff because, like you said, the Bucks just won the tag titles. They're back in Bullet Club, and that. So, and the Bucks being in Bullet Club is kind of one of the big things that led to actually the show when you think about the history of everything and that. So, yeah, to me, I definitely see a Bullet Club win. So we're unanimous there. So let me queue up our next match here.
Cool. Your following contest is for the AEW All Atlantic Championship featuring Malachi Black, the Bastard, Pac, God's Redeemer, Miro, and the very fortunate Clark Connors.
Very, very fucking fortunate.
The injury bug struck again because, again, for those of you who are kind of wondering, Clark Connors, why is he in this match? Because unfortunately, Ishii got injured, and the injury bug has now hit New Japan and stuff, and it's unfortunate because I was excited because this would have been my first time seeing Ishii live. And he's another one of those guys that I've really grown to appreciate as I've, gotten more into New Japan and stuff, and it would have been nice to see him on a card because he definitely deserves to be on this card and stuff. But I mean, this is an interesting match because I mean, I think everybody's got a different style. I mean, you got Pac with his high flying, you got Malachi with his martial arts, you got Miro with just his utter brute strength and domination, and then I don't know too much about Clark Connors and stuff, but I mean, obviously if they didn't think he had the talent, he wouldn't have been in this match. So it's to be interesting. And I think he's going to be the wild card here. But I mean,
technically, he wasn't in this match.
He just got put in my stance. That's why I said he's like the wild card.
Chris Harris, he's a drunk.
Hey, he's back with James Storm now in Impact Wrestling. They brought back America's Most Wanted.
Yes, my second favorite James Harris tag team. I mean, the first one, of course, is Beer Money.
You mean James Storm?
James Storm, yeah.
You kind of did the little James Harris, who I believe actually was Kamala's real name.
Yes. Sorry, the cowboy.
I think I broke Joey K with that one.
That's good.
And
What an obscure reference, but okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I got
allow
a
it.
Kamala. Somehow we were able to get a Kamala reference on a Forbidden Door preview show, so
What
I think
the
that's
fuck,
pretty
man?
damn good.
Welcome to 2022.
Yeah. But who we got taking this match, guys? I almost have a feeling I think we're going to be unanimous on this one too.
I think House of Black gets its first title. Malachi Black is your new
Ooh.
All Atlantic champ.
Oh, here we go again with Javon and the crappy $2 Wi-Fi. He froze up again. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
He's still with us. So you got Malachi. It was just, to me, since he's been back, he's just been on a tear, just ripping through everybody. I got to go with Miro.
I'm doubling down with DDJ, man. I don't see Malachi winning this for the sole purpose of those trio titles that are coming. Those are House of Black's titles.
Yeah.
I see this one being Miro's night.
Okay.
So, all right. So, let's go here now.
Oh, fucking.
This following technical matchup features ZSJ, the Zack Sabre Jr. from England, going against what should have been the American Dragon, Daniel Bryant. The match that everyone's been coming themselves over.
Bryan Danielson, you fucking
I don't give a
dork.
damn. He's still Daniel Bryan to me. Now it's going against a mystery opponent.
And the thing that upsets me the most is, remember when when Forbidden Door first got announced and we were discussing this on our show, which you can catch out all of our old shows in the archives if you go to wrestlingwithjohners.com and find our show page on there, and you can access all our old episodes. Little bit of another cheap plug there for Wrestling with Johners Podcasting Network, which this show is a part of. Damn, I'm on fire tonight with these things.
Wow.
And stuff. So, but when we were talking about matches we wanted to see, what was the first match I called for?
The match that we can't see.
Yeah, which sucks. So, but with this though, Bryan Danielson, get it right, Jovan. Bryan Danielson. He came out and said on Dynamite, says, I'm not cleared to compete. He's obviously not going to be at Blood and Guts either. But he said he found the one man he trusts more than anybody to step in. And then I believe Excalibur later on said whoever this person is going to be the newest member of the Black Hole Combat Club. And to me, let's talk about first who we think's gonna, be the mystery guy. And then we'll go what we think we're going to win. But to me, it screams, I don't know what they're going to call him. I'm going to go with his original name from Ring of Honor, Claudio Castagnoli. For WWE fans, that's Cesaro. Because to me, I think he fits the epitome of what the BCC is.
Claudio does not have the balls to show his face in AEW. Because he's got a guy there by the name of Eddie Kingston who legitimately will kill him. Claudio can bring his ass if he wants to, but I don't think Eddie Kingston's going to like that too much. So for me, that's the reason I can't.
That's the story, though, because we have Blood and Guts on Wednesday, and they're going to have to function as a team, and that shit's going to break down. So,
and see, the funny thing is,
I have 2 picks, by the way.
And the funny thing is before you get in your pick, is you talk about the possible, dysfunction between, Claudio and Kingston. If it is indeed Claudio, that's kind of where they were going with Bryan Danielson and Kingston, like that. They weren't exactly getting along.
Correct.
So sorry about that, but go back to your who your picks are.
I have 2. My number 1 top pick would be the same. I think it's Claudio. I think that would make the most sense. You have the built-in story while Danielson's out of Claudio versus Kingston, having the team together in Blood and Guts. However, I do have a 1A pick, which I would love to see, especially for the Forbidden Door match.
Oh, I feel it. I think, okay.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I think the best technical representation
my nipples.
Out if I don't get Danielson, would be your Ring of Honor world champion, Jonathan Gresham. That match would make up a lot of my hurt feelings for not seeing Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Don't get me wrong. I think Claudio would be fantastic in that match too. I think that would be a really, really great match. But Gresham, I mean, god damn.
The best pure wrestler in the world.
I mean, you don't get more technical than, I mean, who's the top 3 most technical guys in the world right now? Danielson, Sabre Jr., Gresham. Those 3.
Yeah.
Hands down. So replacing one of those 3 with another one would make most sense. And it would also give a signed wrestler who's signed under Tony Khan in some capacity some fucking shine. Bring out your Ring of Honor World Champion. Not to mention adding your Ring of Honor World Champion to the Blackpool Combat Club. That makes a lot of sense in my opinion too.
And I mean, and you being our resident Ring of Honor guy, I mean, would you say that in terms of the style or, you know, what the Blackpool Combat Club is presented to be, would you say that they're pretty similar to what the foundation was for Ring of Honor?
Yes, on a lot of ways. No, in some.
Some foundational foundation parts.
The foundation was to bring that pure style back to Ring of Honor when it's gotten a little bit out of control. And I think with Blackpool, it's a similar motive in the fact we're bringing professional wrestling back against Jericho and his sports entertainment. This whole rip on WWE, which, by the way, is annoying, but also genius in itself. Because
can I say this real quick though? When you can go on that take real quick, but I'm getting tired of the entrance, just purely the entrance of the Jericho Appreciation Society. I'm fucking tired of hearing, because we're sports entertainers.
Sports and entertainment.
I fucking hate that.
If you're getting tired of that though, and stuff, they're doing their job.
That's the joke though.
Yeah.
You know, if I have to hear Jericho say, because I'm a wizard one more time, I'm literally going to fucking smash my testicles inside of a dresser drawer until I pass out.
Ouch.
I fucking hate it. But that's the joke, though, because it's the same thing that WWE does. They do the same fucking entrance week in, week out, week in, week out. They say the same stupid catchphrases week in and week out because that's what their writers are telling these guys to say instead of letting them be their characters. So it is an entire spoof on sports entertainment as opposed to professional wrestling. And the irony of it is you have a guy like Daniel Garcia, who's a great fucking professional wrestler.
Now he's a world champion.
Yeah, he's a sports entertainer now. So that's the joke. And you have Jericho who thrived in WWE, but also thrives in AEW, thrives in New Japan, wherever he goes, because he adapts to whatever style. Yep. And it's good. I mean, it's good. You hate it, but it does its job. It's effective. And it makes you go, oh, man. Makes you hate WWE a little bit fucking more because that's the same bullshit that you get on Raw and SmackDown.
It is.
At NXT. So there's that. But I think Gresham would be a great choice, but I still think if I have gun to the head, money on the table, it's Claudio.
The only reason why I say it's not Gresham, because I thought about it and I thought he'd be absolutely perfect, is I don't think he gets that monster pop that I think that this person, whoever this person is, should get. I mean, the hardcore fans are going to pop, but like the casuals and all that, I don't think we get that from there. And I mean, I think to me, either Claudio or my 1A, which would be Johnny Gargano, I think would probably be the only two guys that are out there that could get this pop. But I mean, like from a hardcore perspective, I would love it to be Gresham, but I just think for the go ahead,
this pay-per-view, man. This pay-per-view doesn't feel like it's for the casual. This pay-per-view is for the hardcore.
It's not, and I think that's the biggest catch.
Yeah,
all the big AEW marks are gonna go, oh, it's not Gargano. Yeah, well, it doesn't make fucking sense to be Gargano. Let's be real.
I don't think it does either. Like, to be honest, it's just with this, and it's nothing against Gargano, but yeah, just
no, it's not. I think Gargano's great.
No, it doesn't make sense at all.
I love Johnny, but it's not the spot. it's not the spot, it's not the time and place. I mean, you get a guy like Claudio, yeah, that's the time and place, because like Jovan just said, this is for the hardcore fans, because you can't be the casual AEW fan and go into this card going, this is going to be a great fucking show, because you don't know half the roster that's on it if you're not following New Japan. I mean, let's be real. I mean, 3/4 of the people on this from New Japan are not going to be known to casual AEW fans.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's the sad truth of it. So this is geared more towards the hardcore audience of professional wrestling in general, of your hardcore AEW fans, your hardcore New Japan fans, things like that. Guys like us that enjoy that. Gargano is not the right fit for it. I think he would get the pop. He would get the pop for sure, but it wouldn't be the match that everybody wants. And honestly, I don't think Gargano is the fit for Blackpool.
I agree with that too.
No.
I would see Gresham more as the guy as opposed to Gargano.
Yep.
You guys have taken my 1A, 1B, leaving me with only 1C to give out there. Since A for me is actually Gresham, B for me is Claudio, but C, and somebody that I think makes a lot of sense here if they're unable to get Cesaro, if for some reason they don't want to use Gresham, which I think would be a major mistake. But give me Tiger Style. Lee Moriarty, to me, fits the bill for this matchup.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a great pick.
He fits the bill for the BCC. I think Moriarty could step up big time in this kind of match.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Moriarty one of the guys that I think was the BCC were originally kind of looking at when they formed?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right. So who do we think's winning this match?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh,
he's got to fold up whoever. No, dude. Doesn't matter who it is going to be. He's got to fold up whoever it is just to keep the Danielson feud going so we can get them to.
I think it depends on who it is.
I agree with you.
If it's Gresham, no. I think Gresham wins because they're not going to have the ROH champ lose to Zack Sabre Jr. If it's Claudio, yeah, there's a good possibility it's going to be a classic, but we might see Zack Sabre Jr. win. If it's Moriarty, I think for sure Sabre wins because that's going to push that feud.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh, Moriarty's like in the Wheeler Yuta category of one of the young guys they wanted to bring in to build this. So Zack Sabre Jr. takes out the young talent of BCC and gets to Danielson when he's healthy. So it really flexes on who is coming through that curtain as the opponent.
Yeah. I agree. I think the only one that I don't see losing is Gresham.
You don't want to take the shine off when you're getting ready to build this brand up again. Right. You know.
So see, for me, so officially you guys are both, unless it's Gresham, you guys are taking Sabre, right?
Yep.
So see, for me, I feel like if it's Cesaro, I almost feel like, especially if you're trying to keep the BCC looking strong going into Blood and Guts, which, they're kind of building because, the implications and stuff with one of the matches we're going to be talking about here in a little bit and stuff. I think if it's Cesaro, I see him winning, but it's going to be on a fluke. It's not going to be decisively. He's going to catch him in a pin or something. It's going to be like, just like, like a roll up, or like Sabre's going to have one of his moves on, his many submission moves, and Claudio's going to catch him in a pin.
Or
it's going to depend. What's up?
We get a time limit draw because this match is billed as a technical match. And I could see a time limit draw actually happening on this type of match.
You know what? I like that. I think that would be the only way, especially if it's Cesaro, that I'm going with that. I'm thinking we're good, depending on what the time limit is, because I can't imagine it being more than, I would say 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
I think it's gonna be a 20-minute.
If it's 20 minutes, it's going to 20. I'm with you. I'm gonna call right now. I'll say it's a draw.
That keeps Sabre strong. That builds the Danielson match for later, and if it's somebody new debuting like Claudio, keeps him looking strong too. You just went 20-minute time limit draw on your debut against Zack Sabre Jr. Everybody's touted as the best technical guy outside of Danielson. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. Javon, take it away.
Your following women's main event is for the AEW Women's World Championship. You have the challenger Toni Storm against La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa, the champion.
This is actually, I think, going to be a match that it's going to wind up being one of the, I think, the highlights of the card, because I think both women are very talented. I've really liked what Toni Storm has done since she's come to AEW. I think they're doing a great job making her look strong and stuff. And I mean, I think this is going to surprise a lot of people.
Joey K.
Thunder Rosa wins, and I'm going to keep it very nice because I think Toni Storm has done absolute dog shit work in AEW. I think I just don't. She's not a good fit. She's not had a match that's made me stop and pay attention to. I have the complete opposite opinion of Toni Storm. I just think she's just not. No, absolutely not. This is going to be a bathroom break match for me, unfortunately, as much as I do love Thunder Rosa. Can't do it. I'm not a Toni Storm fan. Can't say it's going to be good. Can't say it's going to be great. Nope. Next.
I think wow, I don't know what to say. That I'm just going to say I think Thunder Rosa retains as well. I mean, and stuff. So because I think
we're all in agreement on that part.
And I just think Thunder Rosa just really, I think she needs this, and I think this is going to be the win that kind of finally gets her, kickstarts her actual reign, because let's be honest, they really haven't done much with her since she won the title.
No.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be kind of the kickstart to that.
And the reason for that is the women's division as itself in a whole is not very strong right now. They're doing better. They are learning, but that's also the issue with Toni Storm. Toni Storm has been going against people who don't have very much experience, and when she's used to one certain style, it's showing up in these matches because you're used to working one way. This other person doesn't know how to work that way. It's looking like crap.
Mm-hmm.
But Thunder Rosa for the win.
Right. So, all right. So we've got one more match we're going to talk about here, and then we get into our remaining matches, which are going to be all title matches. So we kind of alluded to this just a little bit while ago. So take it away.
This is the Trios matchup. You've got Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, Sammy Guevara going against Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino.
Wow, that was Excalibur style talking right there. Javon stepping away for a minute and stuff. So, Joey K, what are your thoughts on this match? Oh, before you give your thoughts, let's not forget the stipulation was just added. If whoever wins this match, if Jericho's team wins, then the Jericho Appreciation Society gets the one-man advantage in the Blood and Guts match, and then
that's where I was going to go. And Blood and Guts, those types of matches, the heel has to have the advantage,
right?
So adding that stipulation completely gives away the finish on this, in my opinion. Jericho's team's going to win. Jericho, Suzuki, and Sammy are going to get the W out of it. It's going to be a good match. Don't get me wrong. Right. Wheeler's probably going to shine in this match. I think since he hasn't been able to be featured too much with Blackpool, you know what you get with Eddie. So I'm all about it. Eddie Suzuki, I can't
wait for that, man.
Chomping at the bit for that one. But I think the finish is given away a little bit because it's the same thing as War Games. I mean, when Dusty started War Games years ago, it's obvious the heel has to have the advantage. The heel side has to have the advantage no matter what. Because if the babyfaces have the advantage, then what's the point of the match?
Right.
It's babyfaces 2-on-1, 3-on-2 against the heel team. It doesn't work. It never works. So adding that finish completely diluted it for me, even though, tradition says the heel team should have that. But I think it's actually going to be a solid match. I mean, I'm down. Like I said, Suzuki, Kingston, I'm for that no matter what. Jericho's probably going to get, you'll probably get the pin on Wheeler. Unfortunately, I think Wheeler's going to have a great showing, but he's probably going to take the pin because he's involved with the feud more.
Right. It makes a little bit more sense.
And I don't want to see Kingston take the pin because that would make no sense.
Right.
And you're not going to give it to somebody who's not involved in the blood and guts match, right? That's you have an outside person taking the pin to this entire feud that's not going to be involved in it. So it makes more sense. But I think, Jericho, something will happen. Jericho will probably get the pin on Wheeler, and Jericho's team wins. But Suzuki versus Kingston probably going to be one of the highlights of the night for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really excited for this match because, I mean, I got to see him make an appearance at All Out last year, when Minoru came out after Mox's match against Kojima and stuff. But this will be my first time actually seeing him wrestle, so I'm actually live, so I'm really excited about that and stuff. And basically, for exactly the reasons you just, so eloquently stated, I'm going to go with, I'm going to double down on Joey K and say that Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki take this match because, like you said, the heels got to have the one-man advantage going into blood and guts. Hot One, what say you?
Oh man, you guys are on it. You guys nailed it. And from the finish, the way that happens, I think it's 100%. I do agree that Kingston can't take this loss. It has to be Wheeler Yuta. Kingston and Jericho have their mini feud that's gone inside of this feud, and you can't have Jericho go over yet on Kingston.
Correct.
But no, you guys are hitting it, and we're hitting on all fours here. So, I agree.
One of the things that I really like about what they've done with Wheeler Yuta is he's one of those cases where when he's taken a loss, and we go back to the match with Mox, he's come out looking so good. He
loses nothing. He loses nothing in taking the loss, and that's why it makes most sense.
Right.
For story purpose, because he is part of the Blackpool Combat Club, but also out of those 6, who can take the loss and come out with shine?
Agreed.
I mean, Wheeler's the guy because he's going to get his ass beat. He's going to fight back until he's got nothing left, and the crowd's going to love him for it.
Right.
So that makes perfect sense to me.
Oh God, he's Mikey Whipwreck and fucking
Oh,
God damn
ECW.
it. The fuck is his name? Horrible
Tommy
face. Dreamer. There we go. Thank you.
are
He's
you okay, dude?
I don't know. I couldn't place Dreamer for some
You
reason.
are
But he's,
fucked up. Are you all full up of Korean barbecue still, bud?
that could be.
Yeah.
But he's like
No, I'm
Whipwreck
sure he
and Dreamer.
probably got rid of that when he got up this morning and went and used the bathroom. So
It was one of the best fucking like meat shits ever. Anyway,
On your
All
high
right.
toilet.
All right, so we got a few more matches here, and these are all title matches. So ring announcer Jovan, take it away.
for the IWGP United States Championship, you have freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy going against the champion, the real IWGP United States Champion, Will Ospreay of the United Empire.
All right, so I'm gonna come out and say this right now, and you guys are probably gonna kick my ass over this, but you know what? I don't give a flying fuck. I think this is the match that steals the show.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Y'all are
That
sleeping on
I'm gonna
OC.
rage fucking quit this show.
That's worse than
For
your Tony
that
Storm
take alone.
take. Yeah.
I'm
Are
gonna
you-
say right now, you know what? It's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
What the absolute fuck? This match is gonna be just a fucking match. There's nothing special and nothing great about it. Osprey's here. OC is here. That's what it is. Orange Cassidy, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Watch his matches when he actually wrestles. Yes, his gimmick is what it is, but he can work. He can go. I'm okay with that. But to even consider that he's on Will Ospreay's level,
I'm
It's
not
a
saying
fucking
he's on Will
insult.
Ospreay's. I'm not saying he's on Will Ospreay's level. I think this is going to be the surprise match that steals the show.
I hope you're right. I really hope.
I
you're
hope
right.
I'm right too, because
But
I'm going to shove it down both your old throats when we're on next week's episode.
I don't think this is not the match that's going to steal the show. This is not it. And I was insulted that this is what we have for Ospreay for Forbidden Door.
Well, see, supposedly, if you read the reports and everything, originally this was supposed to be Ospreay versus Andrade, but because of the shit going on with AAA and we lost Jovan again
and CMLL,
yeah. So that's why we're not seeing Phoenix and Pentagon on this as well.
Yeah,
which sucks.
It sucks, yeah, but I get it. It's business, and that's why I said from number one, this card is a business deal. And unfortunately, there are going to be some casualties, and that there's 3 casualties right there. But Will Ospreay, I think, deserves a bit higher clout of an opponent. Not just a guy who's over with the crowd, not just a guy who's, over because of his gimmick. Dude, I would have seen Ospreay against Hook. If this is the type of match that we're getting, I'd rather see Hook versus Ospreay. And tell me that wouldn't be a good fucking match, because Ospreay can carry anybody. Not saying that oh man, Hook needs to be carried, but he's still pretty fucking new and green.
He's still young,
and that's why I say that, because he's a younger guy, he's a newer guy, he's still fucking building, he's still learning. Ospreay can carry him to make him look like $1 million,
right?
Does OC need that? Not really, because he's got his gimmick. He's over.
Right.
He doesn't have to do anything to be over.
Right. I just have a sneaking suspicion, like I said, and stuff, and that. So, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, I don't think either of us here, and we'll get, if the hot one gets back in time, if he. Well,
I'm emailing the Holiday Inn right now to let them know how shitty their Wi-Fi is.
So who did we
pick?
But
he's not staying at a Holiday Inn, so man, hot one, just pay the $5 and upgrade the Wi-Fi.
Fuck's sake, man.
I mean,
I'm gonna Venmo you the $5 fucking bucks, but
what? Who did we pick on the last match?
We're actually we were just getting ready to talk about that. Yeah, Joey K picked Ospreay. I'm going Ospreay as well too.
I'm going Ospreay, and it was DDJ's horrible take ever that crashed the internet. So
don't you be trying to blame your hotel's crappy ass Wi-Fi.
The Holiday Inn doesn't even agree with you, DDJ. That's fucked up, man.
You know what? Fuck y'all. All right. So
at the same time, Vince and Johnny A style?
No, definitely not. I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole. So, all right, so we got a couple more matches here. So take it away, ring announcer.
The following is the winner takes all match. It is for the Iwgp World Tag Team Championship and the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. First, you have Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero, Trent ? Your ROH World Tag Team Champions, Jeff Cobb and the Great O-Khan.
Jeff Cobb and Great O-Khan are not the ROH Tag Team Champions.
Excuse me. The IWGP World Tag Team Champions, Jeff Cobb and the Great O-Khan representing the United Empire. And finally, your ROH World Tag Team Champions representing FTR, Dax Wheeler and Cash Hardwood.
And it's Dax Hardwood and Cash Wheeler.
Dude, I always fuck those guys' names up.
I fucking hate it here.
Dude, is this Wi-Fi like taking over your brain or something, man? You were like, if I ever put together a Botchamania highlight reel, like I'm using this episode because I can feel like
this is absolutely the drizzling shits of ring announcing right now.
No what?
This is like Mike Adamley bad.
This 5-star.
Look here. I always mix up, is it Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood?
It's Hardwood, not Hardwood.
It's Hardwood. I've seen the toys.
Hard.
Dude, they misprinted it.
They misprinted it on the toy.
WOOD. There's no D in the middle of that. Unless you want there to be. Hey.
He's just
Back
gonna go
to
watch
Vince.
that Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis clip with the lady. That's how he's gonna get his hardwood.
That's right, my hardwood. So it's hard. The toy says hard.
Well, just
Okay,
because
anyway.
it's a toy
Well, this
says
is what you get for buying toys. You're a grown
it's
ass
the same
man.
thing.
What
It's
the
just
fuck?
because Dave Meltzer writes it doesn't mean it's necessarily true. So
Fuck
5
no.
stars. It's gonna be 5 stars. All 5 stars. Fuck it.
All right, I'm going first on this because
for
this is the match that's going to steal the show.
I would not be surprised if that was the case. I'll give you that.
No, this is the case. That's the case.
Yeah, 100%. This is the one. You have 3 teams that, to be honest with you, you can make a case for any of these 3 teams winning this match. Okay. Number 2, anything with FTR is going to be fucking money. FTR is having the fucking year of years for 2022.
Yep.
And I mean, I've said, how many times have I said that this year on the show alone? Singles wise and tag team wise.
Yeah.
FTR are performers of the fucking year midway through right now. So that's going to be money.
I can't argue that.
Cobb and O'Connor, you guys know I'm a huge Jeff Cobb fan. I love Jeff Cobb. The problem I have, it's winner take all. That's where I have an issue because Roppongi Vice is kind of on the outs on that. I don't see them winning the IWGP titles, and I don't see them taking the ROH titles. It doesn't make sense. Cobb and O'Con, that's another tough one when you involve the ROH titles, because that will involve them being involved in Ring of Honor in some type and back and forth. The most likely scenario, FTR wins and ends up now as essentially the best tag team of all time.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they are, and I don't know if this is also kind of playing into the, we were talking about with, I think this is when, Jovan was having to restart his computer or whatever for the umpteenth time. We talking about, with the Will Ospreay Orange Cassidy match, supposedly supposed to be Will versus Andrade, but because of the issues with AAA and CMLL, I wonder if that's kind of why that we really haven't seen, FTR like that. They're, advertising that they're, because as far as I know, they're still the AAA tag champs.
Still the AAA tag champs. Yes,
110% the reason why they haven't been wearing the AAA title, since they're doing more interactive with NJPW. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't make them drop those titles soon.
But I mean, I'm gonna just double down on Joey K. I think just for the fact that, to me, I would love to see Cobb and Ocon, because I mean, we're all United Empire fans here and stuff. Kind of come away with this, because that means we would get more of Cobb and Ocon, especially on the Ring of Honor side of things and stuff. But just to me right now, with the streak that they're on, and just literally they are about as on fire as you can get. And I'm even talking NBA Jam on fire. I gotta go with FTR taking this, because it continues the story, like you said, being the best tag team of all time. And eventually I think this is going to lead into, and this is probably what we may get it all out, with FTR versus the Young Bucks, where that's like another winner take all. And that really is like, okay, who is the best tag team?
So here's my question. FTR is the AAA tag team champions. So that means they should be signed to the promotion in some way, shape, or form, yes?
I would I don't know how that works.
Okay, because that was the issue with Andrade. That was the issue with the Lucha Brothers. These guys are signed also to AAA. But you have your AAA tag team champions in the marquee match of Forbidden Door. Make it make sense to me. I don't understand it. But that actually almost played into my decisioning making on who I wanted to win the match. Because in my view, if you're AAA, you don't want your tag team champions taking over the belt of a rival promotion. So does that mean FTR takes the loss and the United Empire takes the win?
That's a good point. I mean, it's interesting how so much of not only the story and stuff, but just the backstage politics, kind of play, in the shows like this.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be a problem for FTR though. I think that's a Tony Khan problem, and cross that bridge when you get to it type of deal.
You know what? This could be that. Oh fuck! Even thinking, I love getting into backstage politics because you could kind of follow the trail. This could be the payback, or at least, hey, let us put him on there because remember when you didn't want Kenny Omega to lose the title at AAA Mania because you wanted him to drop it here to your guy, and then he ended up having to vacate because he got injured. This could be the payback for that.
It's a good point. So I think where we all on. So what is your official pick, Jovan?
FTR.
Okay, so we're all in agreement there.
But real quick on that, AAA needs AEW more than AEW needs AAA.
It's very true. There. Very true.
So, I mean, when you look at it that way, that's why I think FTR, no matter the AAA tag team titles or not, I think FTR goes over. It makes more sense. You get FTR going to Japan to defend the IWGP titles against whoever they want.
And it is their dream to be able to work in Japan.
They have already said they wanted to. That's it. So now you have FTR as your NXT tag champs, your WWE tag champs. I'm not even going to consider like Raw or whatever, but WWE. Yeah. So WWE tag champs. You have the Ring of Honor titles. You have the AAA titles, and you will have the NWA.
No, not NWA. AEW.
They're AEW.
Sorry, I don't know why I said NWA. And then you
just the drizzling shits.
The IWGP.
We ain't got no room to talk, Jovan.
Yeah, I know, right? You have the IWGP tag team champs. So that really leaves what? Impact and NWA.
Yeah.
As two other promotions they have not won the tag team titles from.
Maybe PWG as well.
I mean, and by year's end, that can all change.
Yeah.
We don't know. So, but
they are top guys.
6 of those titles have now been around the waist of FTR.
There's going to be 7 after tomorrow night or after the show.
No, that was IWGP was number 6.
No, because you have NXT, that's 1. Raw's 2, SmackDown's 3.
I was counting just WWE as 1.
Okay, so but I think because I know they have that shirt that's out there, the 6-star FTR, and I think they have.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll give you that. So IWGP will be number 7.
Right. So, and I mean that's really, the only other team that I can think of that's come anywhere close to what FTR's on the verge of doing, I think, are the Dudleys.
Yep.
And that was back in the day when it was, very, very limited.
Right.
Of tag team titles
and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So that's big, but I think it's FTR's year. They're going to win it, and then you can have them go to Japan. They can feud with United Empire in Japan. We can get FTR versus God.
That'd be nice.
Full club.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I mean, it just makes the most sense for FTR to win.
Right. Well, before we blow our loads and stuff, or at least Joey K blows his loads, we got 2 more matches to talk about here, and these are the 2 big ones. This is what the show's building around. So, ring announcer, take it away and try to get it right this time.
God damn it. This is the co-main event of the evening for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship title. You have from AEW, Adam Cole, baby, representing the Super Elite. You have from NJPW, a pillar of the company, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, representing Chaos. Then from AEW, you have the Hangman, Adam Page. Finally, your champion, the defending IWGP Heavyweight Champion, representing the Bullet Club. You will all breathe with the main event, Switchblade Jay White.
Wow, you redeemed yourself a little bit there. No botches whatsoever there.
A little bit.
What, a little bit?
A little bit of redemption.
Nice.
A little bit of redemption. So Jay White's been on fire. I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, when he beat Okada and that promo he cut, basically, how he talked about how if it wasn't for him, AEW wouldn't. But what do you call it? I can't remember the term they use.
Catalyst.
There you go. Yes, the catalyst, which is awesome. And then he's just been on fire lately, and it's about time. It's weird to see the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship defended in basically a 4-way, because New Japan is not known for those multi-man matches and stuff. So it's kind of interesting to kind of take, a little bit of an American spin on an IWGP World Heavyweight title match. It's really intriguing because I think you can somewhat make a case for all 4 of the competitors on here. But to me right now, kind of like what we all said about FTR. I mean, Jay White's like white hot. I just say right now, you keep the title on him. I'd say Jay White retains, and I think he pins Adam Cole.
1000% agree. Jay, as much as I just praised that FTR's Performer of the Year, my one B on that is going to be Jay White for what he's doing in New Japan. I mean, there's no reason to take the title off him. I don't think New Japan would have the title change hands on someone else's show either in an AEW ring. That's another thing. I just think, we're getting the multi-man match, which we usually don't get for IWGP title matches. Mm-hmm. So I don't think
in general.
Yeah, in general, their multi-man matches are tag faction type matches.
Right.
So that's the usual. So having a singles title match like this is very different, but there's no reason to take the title off Jay White. I love adding Okada because we talked about that before. If he'll be there, he won't be there. It was a bit of a disappointment. I think though, we will get Jay White. I think you're right on the finish. I think he's going over Adam Cole to tease that Bullet Club versus Super Elite, rivalry. I hate to say this, but I really don't think Hangman's a factor in this match. He's there to appease the AEW fans mostly. Okada's at the point in his career where it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's the champ or not. He's going to be a top tier star. He is essentially, in my opinion, sorry for the next match, but he is the face of New Japan. He has been for a long time now.
Oh, you won't get any argument out of me on that either. I am wholeheartedly.
I know, but if you listen to the AEW commentary, they really push Tanahashi as the face of New Japan. I'm like, 15 years ago,
right?
Let's call it what it is. When they're sending fucking Okada on excursion to go to fucking Impact, as a young boy, it's a different time. So Okada's the face of New Japan, so he doesn't need the win, but he's also not going to take the loss either.
There's no way he does.
Yeah, no fucking way. That's my fucking lock of the night. Okada's not taking the fucking pin in that match, but possible fuckery happening. And now that we do have Okada at Forbidden Door,
say it.
Do we get the surprise appearance return of Kenny Omega?
If this were main eventing the show, and that would close it out, I would say
it's not though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would say so. That's why I don't think we're gonna see. We'll see. We may see Kenny Omega, but I just don't think we see it as a result of this match. Just because to me, a Kenny Omega appearance, it has to be the last thing people see before they leave.
Does it though? Especially if we're setting up Kenny Okada again.
Yeah.
Does it have to be? Because Kenny Okada would not be for a title.
Nope.
So
I don't. That's just my take on it. I mean,
I get it. I get that there's a valid argument for that too.
They want to do a Forbidden Door 2, but in Japan.
Correct.
How do you book and how do you sell that one over there? Kenny and Okada.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what. You may
doesn't even have to be for a title.
If Wrestle Kingdom is, and we'll talk at this. Before I do, Giovanni, I'm assuming you're in agreement. Jay White wins. Or what do you got? And then I'll give my take on.
Oh, you want me to give my take real quick?
Yeah, just kind of get winding down here.
All right. Well, I'll be nice with you guys and say I would love for Jay White to win this match, but I'm taking the reverse of what you guys said. I think Adam Cole walks out with the IWGP title, and I see him pinning Jay White. It could be something where Jay White is just taking a rainmaker, and Adam Cole pushes Okada out and takes the pin. But I feel that Adam Cole's taking it.
Or Red Dragon interfere.
Well, they're both hurt,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, but that's why they're not in a match. There can be some fuckery.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So
you were talking about Forbidden Door too. If Wrestle Kingdom is 3 nights like it was this past year, remember how the third night was like
New Japan versus
Noah? That's how you do it. That's your Forbidden Door 2 there. It's third night of It's the third night of Wrestle Kingdom.
I think didn't I say that on a previous episode?
You probably could have.
When we first talked about
talking Forbidden Door, I said night 3 would be most likely, instead of Noah this year, it's going to be AEW. And there's your setup. You have an entire 6 months. You don't have to have Kenny do anything. He can still be out for the next however many months.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to return till like October when we're building toward Wrestle Kingdom. Right. So he can just show up, leave Okada alone in the ring, and here comes Kenny.
Yep.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of potential in that, but I like Javon's take on that. Adam Cole getting the steal. The issue I have with that is, where do you go with the IWGP title after that?
Right.
Oh,
so that's the tough part. But yeah, I still got to stick with Jay White on it.
So, all right, we got one more match, Jovan. Let's finish strong.
In the main event, you have the matchup for the AEW Interim World Championship, and it is the Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi going against the Death Rider Jon Moxley, representing the BCC.
Justin Roberts, you are not.
Yeah, I know.
But I think this is kind of like the epitome of the dream. Like, when it comes to dream matches, this is one a lot of people have been talking about for a while. I know Mox has wanted this for a while. I mean, basically the build up to this, as Mox has been saying, is I've been chasing you for 3 years now and stuff. So obviously the original main event was supposed to be Punk versus Tanahashi, but with Punk's foot injury or whatever, that kind of set this whole eliminator thing in place and stuff. And I think this is going to be a fun match. Like I said, I really don't have too much in terms of insight and all that to say, so I'm just going to come out and say it. I think Tanahashi shocks the world and takes the title, and it sets up for Wrestle Kingdom weekend the unification between Punk and Tanahashi, because that's the match. When Punk is ready to go, they're going to unify the titles. I think this is the perfect setup. So I think we get Punk first. I think Tanahashi shocks the world.
Well, there's that. I don't think this is going to be a great match. I think it's going to be a match. It's a match that Moxley wants, and I think everybody who is so hyped on this is going to fall victim to the same thing we had with AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. All hype and underdelivered. I don't think this is the match. I don't think it's going to be great. It's been wanted for 3 fucking years, and I think we're 3 years too late. So I don't think it's going to be that great. And honestly, the winner is a toss-up. And I'll say why it's a toss-up. I like DDJ's take on why Tanahashi wins, because it is an interim title. But I think it depends on how long Punk's going to be out. If Punk's not expected back until the end of this year to go into Wrestle Kingdom to unify that title, okay, I see that. But if Punk's coming back in the next 2 months, what's the point?
True.
I see Moxley winning because on that side because keep the title in AEW. So it's a real toss-up, and I think there's a lot more that goes into the finish just because it revolves around CM Punk's injury. So we'll say I don't know. I would say press me for an answer, John Moxley.
This is me holding a gun to your head, so
I'm gonna go with Moxley then.
okay.
I don't think he's gonna drop. I don't think he's gonna drop that match to Tanahashi. But if Punk is out for a long period of time, you might see that surprise finish. You might see that. I'd say an upset. Tanahashi going over Moxley.
All right,
Can I
Giovanni,
say-
be strong.
I believe this is your co-main event of the evening. You make this match go before the IWGP title match because Tanahashi wins this match. You have Tanahashi win this match. He becomes interim champ. And your next match is the IWGP heavyweight title match. A match where you can't have them lose the IWGP title right after Tanahashi took the AEW title. That makes my finish of Adam Cole winning the IWGP title a little bit better. And it gives you that chance to have Kenny Omega
Fair.
at the very end of the night in front of Okada. So for all of what I've just stated, I'm going Tanahashi. Is it going to be the match that we wanted? No. But this is the match that John Moxley has wanted ever since he left the WWE. He made his little list like Cody Rhodes did, and Tanahashi was right up there. So will it be a great classic? No. Will it be serviceable? Yes. And it'll be serviceable to get us to the main event, which will be the IWGP title.
All right. So, all right, Hot One, bring us home. I got to go get ready for my kids. Take my kid to a birthday party. So bring us home.
Time out.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna plug this. We don't have the
Okay.
graphic because we didn't prepare for it because
Oh,
everybody.
yes. Yes,
different
go ahead.
thought. But we're gonna plug this. So on Saturday, July 16th, my sister, Christine Williams, fighting her next MMA fight at Art of War 25 cage fighting, right outside. Well, I'm calling it Philadelphia, Newtown Square. But she'll be fighting. She'll be returning to the cage. She's been boxing for a while now. She's had a few MMA fights, and the boys here at Shootin' Shit are one of her official sponsors. We will be featured. Our logo featured on her fight gear for that night. So July 16th, Saturday night. I do not have a time yet because it hasn't been made official for the card, but it will be on pay-per-view on the Star Fund app. We'll get all the information in the coming days for that and start updating for the next show. But we're looking forward to that one. See how she does in this fight. She's getting pumped up for it. She's right in the middle of her training camp right now. She's getting ready to actually gear down a little bit, take a little bit off the gas pedal, but she's been training. She had a couple Golden Gloves boxing matches. She just won her last one, I believe, 3 weeks ago. Oh, yeah. So that's coming up Saturday, July 16th. We'll get the links out there. So if anybody wants to jump in, watch it on pay-per-view, or if you're in the Philadelphia area, Newtown, the Newtown Sports Training Center, that's where it's at, Newtown, PA. So we'll get you guys hooked up with the info soon.
Definitely. All right, Hot One, bring us
Beautiful.
home.
ladies and gentlemen, this weekend is the night that wrestling fans dream about. This is what we've dreamt about when we had the first initial Forbidden Door all those many months ago. We were finally seeing what would AEW and Impact Wrestling lead to. Will it lead us to this great Forbidden Door of NJPW? And as we sit here now, less than 24 hours away from the day that it's going to be history making, we finally get AEW and NJPW. This is going to be historical. This is going to be akin to WCW doing their big deal with, NJPW. This is big. And for everybody who likes to compare companies and, this company's falling in the shoes of that company, it doesn't matter. Right now it's for the fans. Right now it's for us. It's for everybody who's watched hours upon hours of wrestling to be able to sit back and see how does everybody work together and to show you guys that it can still be done today. So I'm thoroughly excited. I know my boys up here are excited.
Yep.
Before we send it to catering, anybody want any last words to get in?
I'm gonna steal a line from you, Giovanni Too Hot. If any of you guys listen to the show, happen to see Giovanni and I at the United Center, if you see us, beer us.
Joey,
And I know, hey, this is not show related, but a big fuck you to the Supreme Court. We don't get too political on here, but I think that's well deserved.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Tupac died in what, 96?
I think so.
And even at that time, he was down with it. I mean, you listen to the lyrics, keep your head up. A man can't tell her when to create one. So, you know, it's fucked up.
All
But
right, guys. Send us
let's
home.
kick it off. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is episode 41, a little bit of New Japan Forbidden Door, a little bit of weekend review. We want to thank the Genres Podcasting Network for allowing us to do this every single week. I want to thank DDJ and the Premier for showing up this morning. I want to thank the Premier's sister for getting into that cage with our beautiful logo on her. I want to thank the guys out there in catering. We want to thank the girls out there in the beautiful payroll office. We want to thank all of you guys and have a good night.
I don't want to thank Extended Stay for the crappy Wi-Fi. Good night, everyone.
Oh.
Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow the show on Twitter at SHOOTINSHT, and thanks for listening.